All right, let's jump right in. We're tackling a really big question today. How does the pharmaceutical industry embrace the digital age without, risking patient safety? It's a tricky balance, so let's get into the Innovator's Guide to Digital Compliance. So, the factory of the future. It's not science fiction anymore, it is here. We're talking about Pharma 4.0. AI, robotics, massive amounts of data transforming how we make medicine. But here's the tension, the real catch. How do you innovate at lightning speed when you're still bound by rules made for a slower, paper-based world? That's the challenge we're digging into. And our journey really has to start with the absolute bedrock of this new world, data. I mean, think about it. Every single decision, every batch of medicine, it all hinges on digital information. So the first, most critical challenge for any innovator is proving that every last byte of that data is completely trustworthy. So what do we even mean by data integrity? Well, you can think of it as a promise. It's the guarantee that the digital information you're looking at tells the whole story, that it's accurate, nothing's missing, and nobody has messed with it from the moment it was created to right now. In this industry, that's not just some technical jargon. It's the foundation of patient safety. And really, this is all held up by two huge pillars. On one side, you have the official rulebook from the FDA. That's 21 CFR Part 11. It's what makes electronic records and signatures as legally binding as pen and paper. And on the other side, you have this thing called Alcoa Plus, which isn't so much a rule as it is a set of principles for what makes data good data. Let's quickly break down what Alcoa Plus actually means. Just think of it as the rules of evidence for your data. Is it attributable? Do we know who did what and when? Is it legible? Was it recorded contemporaneously, as it happened? Is it the original record? And of course, is it accurate? The plus just adds a few more common sense ideas. It's also got to be complete, consistent, enduring, and available when regulators ask for it. If you can check all those boxes, you're in good shape. Okay, so let's say your data is solid. It's trustworthy. But what about all the complex systems and software that are creating and managing that data? That brings us to our next big hurdle, proving that your smart new system actually does what you say it does every single time. And that process, it's called validation. And this really shows the huge difference between the old way and the new way. Traditionally, computer system validation, or CSV, was just a mountain of paperwork. You documented absolutely everything. It was slow, it was clunky, and frankly, it often killed innovation. The new approach, Validation 4.0, is way more agile. It's digital first, it doesn't waste time on low-risk stuff. Instead, it focuses all that intense effort on what is actually critical for patient safety and product quality. This whole shift is really about a new mindset called Computer Software Assurance, or CSA. The big idea is moving away from mindless documentation toward critical thinking. The FDA is basically saying, hey, stop just checking boxes. Instead, focus your energy on assuring us that the parts of your software that could impact a patient actually work. And that right there frees up companies to innovate and roll out new tech so much faster. Now for our third challenge, and it is a big one. So, you've built this incredible, data-driven, fully validated smart factory. It's a marvel of engineering. But you've also just created a very, very attractive target. So the question becomes, how do you defend it? Get this, 98%. According to one survey, that is the percentage of pharmaceutical companies that have had at least one data breach. Let that sink in. This threat isn't some abstract possibility. It is real, it is happening constantly, and the stakes are just unbelievably high. And why are they such a target? Well, it's pretty simple. Pharmaceutical companies are sitting on a treasure trove. We're talking priceless intellectual property, drug patents, years of research. We're talking about incredibly sensitive patient data from clinical trials. It's a goldmine for cybercriminals and a massive target for things like ransomware attacks. So a single firewall just isn't going to cut it. The only real defense is a multi-layered one. You have to build security into every single level of the operation, securing the devices, splitting up the networks, and making sure you are in lockstep with strict privacy laws, like Europe's GDPR. Now, after hearing all these challenges, you'd be forgiven for thinking that regulators are just the obstacles, the people saying no. But the story is actually shifting in a really interesting way. Innovators are finding out that regulators can be their most important partners. Let's see how. Both the FDA in the US and the European Medicines Agency have literally created special programs for this. The FDA has its Emerging Technology Program, the EMA has an Innovation Task Force. The entire point of these groups is to open up a conversation with companies developing brand new tech to help guide them on how to innovate within the rules. And one of the coolest ideas to come from this is the regulatory sandbox. The name says it all, really. It's a safe, controlled environment where a company can test out a truly groundbreaking technology in a real-world setting, with the regulators right there watching and giving feedback. It's a brilliant way to de-risk innovation for everyone. This collaborative spirit isn't just happening inside one country either. The vision is becoming global, because a breakthrough that helps patients in one part of the world should be able to help patients everywhere. And for that to happen, everyone needs to be on the same page. And this is where something called global harmonization comes into play. You have the major regulatory bodies from the US, the EU, Japan, all working together through something called the International Council for Harmonization, or ICH. The goal is to create one common playbook, one set of high standards, so that a drug approved in one region can get approved much faster somewhere else. And the benefit here is crystal clear. A single, globally accepted set of rules just removes friction. It speeds up development and lets the best innovations reach patients all over the world faster and more safely than ever. It's about scaling what works for everyone. And that really brings us to the key takeaway. For the longest time, compliance was seen as a burden, right? A cost, a barrier to getting things done. But the modern view is the exact opposite. In an industry built entirely on trust, strong, smart compliance isn't what stops innovation. It is the very foundation that makes it possible in the first place. So I'll just leave you with this question to chew on. Do we think of compliance as the brakes on innovation, or is it actually the guardrails on the highway? Because guardrails don't slow you down. They give you the confidence to go faster, knowing you're protected from flying off the edge.